The government has admitted the wrong visa was issued to 149 freed detainees, but it insists it's just a technical issue to blame for the bungle and it won't affect any prosecutions. Let's bring in the Shadow Government Services Minister, the Manager of Opposition Business in the House of Reps, Paul Fletcher. This is another hiccup on this issue, but is it, again, a technical matter, as the government argues, and one which is really followed on from what was a High Court decision? The government's got to respond to it.
What it demonstrates yet again is this government's hopeless mismanagement of people who are in immigration detention. Of course, they're incredibly passive. Minister Andrew Giles, following that High Court decision, and it took the opposition and Peter Dutton's experience as a former Home Affairs Minister to insist on legislation to give the government new powers to deal with this cohort, and those powers finally were passed with our support, and in fact a lot of the drafting came directly from the opposition and from Peter Dutton. The minister seemed like a bunny frozen in the headlights, and yet again they've made a significant error here. The consequence of this is that of the 149, their visas that they were issued once they were released into the community were not valid and need to be reissued. And a further consequence is that 10 of them, I understand, who have so far breached their reporting conditions can't now be charged with that. So this is just another example of, frankly, hopeless mismanagement from this minister and somebody with a real lack of commitment to keeping Australians safe.
This will obviously feature in a big way when Parliament returns next week. What will you aim to scrutinise the government over on this one?
Well, we will continue to ask questions about what the government is doing in relation to this cohort. These are hardened criminals, rapists, murderers. The government has not yet used its powers that we insisted should go into the legislation, and thankfully they agreed to that, powers to go to a court and ask for these detainees to be re-detained on the grounds of keeping the community safe. So we'll continue to ask questions about that, about the whole mismanagement of this issue by Andrew Giles as the Minister for Immigration, Claire O'Neill as the Home Affairs Minister. This has just been a litany of incompetence and mismanagement.